Is this thing on? We're live. Okay. All right. Take a breather. Oh man, I can't believe I'm doing it. I can't believe I'm doing this. It's just, I always wanted to do a review show. You know, man, it's like you watch Angry Video Game Nerd and you watch Spoonie and you're like, why can't I do that? Like, why can't I? Why just can't I do? Hey, you're stalling. Get to the review. Right again, giant talking cat piggy bank of fortune. Alright, it's time for the review. Gojira. We're doing this. Everyone's pretty much familiar with Godzilla. He's this overgrown lizard that comes out from the sea and wreaks havoc in Tokyo or Osaka or wherever he pleases. Basically, he leaks radiation, he spits atomic breath, he's indestructible, you just don't mess with the big G! Gojira was released by Toho back in 1954 and was directed by none other than Ishiro Honda, who would go on to direct other Godzilla movies and other kaiju movies like Rodan and Mothra. It was produced by Tomoyuki Tanaka, who also co-created the monster and the story for Gojira, and it has an original score by the great Akira Ifukube, whose music is just frickin' awesome. The cast includes Akira Takarada as Hideto Ogata, Yomomo Kochi as the adorable Emiko Yamane, Akihito Hirata as the deformed scientist Daisuke Serizawa, and the great Takashi Shimura as Dr. Kyohei Yamane. The idea behind the story of Gojira is that the testing of the H-bomb by the United States has killed off all of Godzilla's food in the deep sea where he's dwelt since the prehistoric ages. So Godzilla comes to the surface looking for a new source of food, and he gets a taste for human flesh. So Dr. Yamane is called to the scene as an expert paleontologist, and the government asks him to come up with a way to kill Godzilla. Of course, he doesn't want to kill Godzilla because he's a pacifist and he'd rather learn from Godzilla and why Godzilla could absorb a nuclear blast and survive, and in fact utilize that power. On the side, you have a love triangle between Emiko, who is Dr. Yamane's daughter, and Ogata, who are in love with each other and they want to get married, but Dr. Yamane had already promised Emiko to Dr. Serizawa in some kind of arranged marriage. Serizawa has his own thing going on with his latest invention, the oxygen destroyer, which disintegrates all oxygen within water, killing all creatures that live in that water within a certain radius. He doesn't want to release it to the public, fearing that it could end up in the wrong hands and be used as a weapon of mass destruction. However, it seems to be the only thing that might be able to kill Godzilla, since bullets, electricity, missiles, the H-bomb doesn't even seem to work. Ogata wants to use it to destroy Godzilla, which, of course, conflicts with Dr. Yamane's view on things, and you can see how this might make it difficult for Emiko and Ogata to finally wed. Characters in this movie are complex and interesting, which is something I wish I could say for the rest of the franchise, but we'll get into that later. Key moment of Gojira is when Godzilla attacks Tokyo. leaving destruction that is reminiscent and allegorical to the atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki during the Second World War. Production for Gojira is okay. It's nothing like what was going on in the U.S. at the time in Hollywood. Even King Kong, for example, which had been made about 10 years, maybe more, before Gojira was made, had more production value than this with the stop motion and what have you.
It's a man in a frickin' rubber suit!
Yeah, you're right. It is, but you know, in that sort of lies the charm. You know, don't you think? Gojira may not have a huge amount of stop motion, but what they do have is miniatures, and they use them very, very well. Check this out. Man, did you see the detail on the street lamps and the signs? And Godzilla just got to tear it up. That was actually being torn apart. It was a miniature being torn apart. You know how much fun it must have been to make this movie? It would have been like playing on the ultimate action figure set, just destroying everything. One of the things that Godzilla has a flaw in is when Godzilla is attacking at night. And because it is a black and white movie with older type of filming, and it is night, and Godzilla has darker, scaly skin, sometimes you can't even see him walking over Tokyo. Let's add some light to this. All in all, Gojira is a smart B-movie with the charm of the cheesy Godzilla suit and the beautiful miniatures. The characters are multi-layered and the acting is great. Momoko Kochi's performance is especially noteworthy as the damsel in distress, even on par with Fei Hui from King Kong. Just check out these screams. If you like giant monster movies, you'll love Gojira. If you like old-fashioned black and white movies with the stereotypical damsel in distress and the mad scientist and all that, like me, then you'll like it also. I highly recommend it, and check it out. The Gojira DVD is available in the US by Classic Media. It's got some special features, some featurettes that are really interesting, making of the suit, making of the Gojira story. And there's another disc that has the American highly edited Godzilla King of the Monsters movie, which maybe I'll get into some other time. Alright, well, that's it for now. It's been good. See you next time.